stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, land of the free, home of the brave.
You may be seated. Good evening to all our guests. I am Natasha Rowell, and I'm honored to serve as the principal of Preble High School. I would like to welcome all our guests, families, parents, grandparents, and friends as we celebrate our class of 2018. If there are any veterans with us this evening, please stand so that we may take a moment to recognize you for your committed service to our country. Thank you. Also, I would like to recognize the members of our graduating class who will be entering a branch of our United States military. We thank you for accepting the call to serve our country. Please stand, students. Thank you very much. Before we begin our program, we would like to give a shout out to our varsity baseball team. Would the members of our baseball team please stand? After a successful season, congratulations on being state-bound for the third consecutive year. Please join me in wishing these young men the best of luck next Tuesday, June 12th, at approximately 10:30 when they face Kimberly in the opening game of the state tournament. Go Hornets! Tonight, several members of our graduating class are wearing regalia that indicate various honors. Your program has a key that identifies these recognitions. And finally, approximately 48 of our staff members are able to join us in this celebration and are wearing their stoles representing the various colleges they graduated from. At this time, I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies for the evening, Mr. John Grossardt.
On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I would like to welcome one and all to the 63rd commencement exercise of Preble High School. A special welcome is extended to Board of Education members Dr. Brenda Warren and Dr. Christopher Wagner, Green Bay Area Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Michelle Langenfeld, Preble Principal Ms. Natasha Rowell, and Associate Principals, Mr. Dan Retzky, Ms. Courtney Keene, Mr. Brendan Whitfield, Mr. Robert LeCaptain, and Mr. Tommy Jennings. And finally, I would like to recognize our teachers, parents, families, and friends who are present this evening to offer us support and join us in the celebration. Anthony Balch and Nicholas Lawler will now speak on behalf of the class of 2018.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, especially our teaching staff, family and friends, and of course, my fellow graduates. I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because I know how badly we all want to grab our diplomas, to run out of here and move out of our parents' houses. But before we go do that, you have the privilege to hear me speak. I have the privilege to speak. The senior quote for our year is, "If you believe it, you'll achieve it." This suits us well, even though some of us never believed this day would actually come, or never believed we would actually graduate, especially with the grades we had or the struggles we faced. Nonetheless, the blood, sweat, and mainly tears of finals have been conquered, and here we are in our absolutely stunning Preble graduation pajamas, full of knowledge and hope and ready to become freshmen again. It's hard to admit it, but we actually did learn something from Preble High. It's kind of like when you and your friend are arguing and you know they're right, but you just don't want them to have that satisfaction. You know what I'm talking about. So you end up just defending your point all the while the despair of your futile attempts just closes in around you. Yeah, it's hard to admit it, but our love-hate relationship with Preble has led to some education. Some of us learned how to play an instrument in large groups. Some of us learned what leadership feels like as we became looked up to in our sports teams and clubs. And others learned that the rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of the mass of its particles. Of course, if you're like me, you didn't learn that last part because for some reason, when speaking in chemistry terms, the eyes would get really heavy and the next thing you know, you're drooling all over the notes you're trying to take. However, the one thing I think we can all agree that we learned from Preble is that when you whip out that fresh pack of spearmint gum, you suddenly become the most popular kid in the classroom. If the real world is anything like what my fellow graduates will do for a piece of gum, I'm sure we will all become cutthroat business leaders and politicians. On a more serious note, our class did some pretty spectacular things. We believed in a set of morals. We made sure those morals were held. We believed in equality, so we held fun runs to counter bullying. We believed in a safer school, so we had our voices united while walking out. We believed in kindness, so we helped out with many of the school's clubs like Preble Pals, Sting Cancer, and the Hive in an effort to bring that kindness to the people in the community. But most of all, and I know this sounds corny, we believed in ourselves. We pushed ourselves past what we thought we could have ever accomplished. In the famous words of our senior quote, we believed it and we achieved it. How many of us took our first AP class and passed it? How many of us got a job with the resume we built in PFL? How many of us won tournaments or went to state with skills we trained so hard to master? When I look out on this ambitious, good-looking group of young adults, I know that we epitomize the spirit of our senior quote. We believed in ourselves, and thus we've achieved. Hopefully, that brought the majority of the parents to tears, as well as a few staff members. Mr. Jennings, I'm looking at you. As Preble High alumni, yeah, that sounds pretty good, alumni, we believed and we achieved our way through high school. And most importantly, we didn't start the fire as freshmen, but we definitely kept it burning as seniors. Congratulations, and thank you.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? So let that lonely feeling wash away, 'cause maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And someone will come running, and I know
Good evening, friends, emotional family members, and of course, the class of 2018. Welcome to Flight 60618 with nonstop service to the Rush Center. I'd like to have your attention to go over the pre-speech safety guidelines. Please take a moment to review your graduation safety pamphlet you've been given or is located in the literature pocket of your seat back. As we leave the gate, please make sure that all seatbelts are fastened tightly or just hold on really tight to your chair, seeing we don't have any. Please place all carry-on items like mom's giant purses stowed away under your neighbor's seat so they have absolutely no room for their knees or feet. Also, please be aware that we have 2 exits located in the front, 2 down the wings, and an additional 2 in the rear. In case of an emergency water landing, your seat will not function as a flotation device, so just grab a hold of the person next to you and make them swim you to shore. If you are unable or unwilling to perform any of these functions, please let us know, and we will be happy to find you another seat outside. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the 4-minute duration of this flight. Thank you for choosing Preble High School. There are many speeches that use cliches to compare high school to various journeys and events, and I'm going to relate mine to a plane trip. All of us, the class of 2018, got on board the same flight 4 years ago that took us to our destination of where we are today, graduation. We all boarded the flight coming from different areas, ethnicities, and backgrounds, but we all ended up on this specific flight together. This 4-year ride seemed like an eternity at times, and an airspeed record at others. But during these 4 years, we learned. We learned about academics, relationships, and life. All of us brought luggage onto this flight, but it was definitely under the 50-pound mark starting off. It was mostly empty, ready to be filled with knowledge and experience we would gain over this time period. We filled our luggage with the good times, like Friday night lights, watching our baseball, soccer, cross-country, and other sports teams make runs at state, as well as celebrating state and national achievements for our clubs. We filled our luggage with invaluable knowledge gained from our incredible Preble staff, who taught us not only what we needed to succeed in a specific academic area, but also what we need to succeed in our next step of life. For that, we cannot thank them enough. We fill the luggage with the bad times and the mistakes, but we have those as reminders so we can learn for the future. And after all that, our bags might be pushing the 50-pound limit, some more than others. On this flight, we were all given a specific seat, one that was predetermined for us ahead of time, and our seat itself contributed to our flight experience. You could have sat quietly the whole time, or branched out and talked to the people next to you, because it's a long flight. The more you talk to the people in your row, you develop friendships with some, and maybe not so much great relations with others. These friends may have switched seats mid-flight, or maybe walking off the plane with you today. You may never have thought some of these friends might have impacted you as much as they have, or will for the rest of your life. Besides friends you made on the flight, there's people you have yet to make connections with. And then there's that one irritating person on the flight too, the one behind you that might kick the back of your seat and make it a little tougher to enjoy. But the flight and your seat is what you make of it too. You can choose to focus on that one person kicking your seat behind you, or you can choose to focus on the other people around you, the ones you met that make the experience more enjoyable. Don't let that person or row back deter you and your goals. Believe in yourself and your supporters around you, and you'll be able to achieve anything you put your mind to. So in your next flight in life, or whatever other transportation method you prefer, car, train, horse and buggy, block out any seat kickers, branch out, and never be afraid to talk to that person sitting next to you, because you never know who they might be or how they might impact your life's flight experience. So as the plane touches down, we grab our carry-ons and we walk through the terminal with the friends we've made. We stand here at the baggage claim graduation. We're all here with our reclaimed luggage in hand, ready to go out into the world in their own separate ways. As I look into the crowd, I have a tough time comprehending the thought that some of us may never see each other again. It's a sad realization, but I know when we get to our individual destinations after this, we'll be able to unpack our luggage and for years remember everything that's in it and how this 4-year flight impacted us. As we were getting ready to leave the baggage area after walking, I want to leave everyone with one more piece of advice. To quote Ferris Bueller from one of my favorite movies, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and take a look around every once in a while, you could miss it. Life really does seem to move faster than you can imagine. Whatever direction everyone is heading after high school, I challenge you all to work as hard as you can. Push yourself to succeed. Be the best you can possibly be. But don't forget to take a second to relax, soak it in, and enjoy life before it flies by. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rush Center. Local time is 6:39. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please check around your seat for any personal belongings you may have brought on board with you, and please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted around during the flight. On behalf of Green Bay Preble High School and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for embarking on this journey with us. Congratulations and best of luck to the class of 2018.
Thousands of other class presidents, valedictorians, keynote speakers, and former United States presidents have set the precedent that it is now, apparently, my duty to reveal some sort of philosophical truth about turning the page to a new chapter in life and commemorating the fact that we made it. While I am honored to represent the class of 2018, I am skeptical of my own ability to live up to such high expectations. To reveal my apprehension at my qualification to do so, I would like to share a short story with all of you. When I was in the 3rd grade, my father presented me with the most revered inquisition of all. Why was 6 afraid of 7? As I began connecting the seemingly tangible dots in my head, my thoughts were interrupted by my dad's interjection, because 7, 8, 9. As my dad chuckled to himself, as he often did after telling one of his all too predictable dad jokes, I sat there with a puzzled expression on my face. Given my 9-year-old elementary cognition, I simply did not understand the joke. Fast forward 9 years, it was the month of August, and I had just turned 18 years old. Again, my father presented me with that same thought-provoking question he had 9 years prior. He said, "John, why was 6 afraid of 7? As I rolled my eyes, I begrudgingly responded, because 7, 8, 9. However, at 18 years old, I'm ashamed to admit that I still did not quite get the point of that joke. So, like any good high school student in desperate need of some advice, I turned to my most reliable friend, Google. I typed in, "Why was 6 afraid of 7?" And sure enough, there was the punchline, because 7, 8, 9. Only this time, the number 8 was spelled out A-T-E. And it was at that moment when the light bulb in my mind was illuminated. I finally understood why 6 was indeed afraid of 7. All it took was the ability to see the joke through a different lens. And I believe this is the reason why every September, a brand new class of kindergartners embarks on their 13-year educational journey. Because underlying the curriculum, telling us to solve quadratics and to read the great tragedies, is the one true learning target: to understand the paradigm in which we view our world while humbly acknowledging the possibility of viewing life through a lens different from our own. So often, though, in American culture, our pride and obsession with being correct blinds us from seeing others' perspectives. How often are we defined by a single extreme, black or white, Democrat or Republican, Jew Christian, or Muslim. Confined to the designated rules set by each of these groups, never to scrutinize our current label or to contemplate the possibility that the other side may indeed be preaching the truth. However, at Preble High School, these barriers that typically restrict the challenging of current beliefs and that prevent the dialogue between diverse groups are broken every single day. At the end of my cross-country season, my junior year, during one of our long-distance runs through Baird's Creek, I had the great pleasure of meeting a student who had come to America from Somalia, and for these past 2 years, I've had the honor of calling him friend. Although our conversation that day began with simple small talk, our discussion flowed towards themes of personal values and education. When we got back to school, I pulled out a bag of sliced apples I had packed for a post-run snack. I offered one to my new friend as he began explaining to me how the Prophet Muhammad suggests that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I smiled as I thought back to my first grade teacher attributing that same truth to Benjamin Franklin. And it was at that moment when we both happened upon a great revelation. The apparent differences that separate humanity are not nearly as distinct as the similarities that bind us together. While this student grew up 8,000 miles away, proclaimed a different faith than me, and came to America as a last hope, our shared human experience and appreciation for apples brought us together and helped us both realize the importance of looking beyond what is in plain sight. Because as humans, we, over every other creature on this earth, have the capacity to use our skills for either tremendous good or horrific disaster. Oftentimes, the latter is a result of our own blindness towards others' perspectives and pride in our own outlooks, that a true appreciation for our shared humanity is futile. So, in a couple of hours, as our status changes from Preble High School students to Preble High School alumni, let us always remember to view the world not strictly through our current lens, but instead through our shared human lens. Thank you.
Baba yetu yetu liye mbinguni yetu yetu amina. Baba yetu yetu liye jina lako litukuzwe. Baba yetu yetu liye mbinguni yetu yetu amina. Baba yetu yetu liye jina lako litukuzwe.
Utupe leo chakula chetu, tunachohitaji utusamehe makosa yetu, hey, kama nasi tunavyowasamehe waliotukosea, usitutie katika majaribu, lakini utuokoe na yule mwovu milele.
peleo chakula chetu. Tunachohitaji utusamehe makosa yetu he. Kama nasi tunavyosamehe wale otukosea. Usitutie katika majaribu lakini utokoe na yule muovu milele.
Thank you to all our musicians under the direction of Mr. Andrew Bader, Mrs. Megan Sweeney, and Miss Sarah Holub for the enjoyable music selections presented this evening. We are proud to showcase the many talents of our students. As I reflected on my message for tonight, the word that kept coming to mind was unique, one of a kind. So you may ask, why unique? Well, when I look out at almost 527 students in this graduating class, I see before me a sea of differences, but there is one thing that unites all of us. Let's start with our uniqueness. This defines each one of us by culture, language, race, religion, gender, or disability. We are each different and unique, but we all belong to the elite group called the human race, which is where our unity lies. Along with the idea of being the same, I'd like to share my life story, a paraphrased version, of course, and concise. I was born and raised in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. My childhood, high school, and college years were encompassed within a highly politically charged time, the apartheid era. As the word reads, it is exactly what it means, to keep apart based on race. My father, a wise man who fell in love with an East Indian woman, an unthinkable thing during those political times, would be faced with having to make many sacrifices, move out of the residential area his family home was built in, convert his children to Catholic, and send us to a private school to ensure a quality education. That school would ultimately lose its government aid because the nuns had accepted non-white students. Imagine this, as a child, then a teenager, and then a young adult, not being able to go to certain beaches, not being able to ride certain buses, not being able to drink from certain water fountains, not being able to go to certain restaurants, not being able to go to certain movie theaters, and not being able to go to a certain school. What makes you and me the same is that our families do the best they can with the conditions they face at that given moment in time to make us great children and young adults who can have an influence on others and, better yet, on our world. In the process, families make sacrifices. The end result is hope for the future. While my parents taught my sisters and I many valuable lessons, there are three that have impacted my life far beyond what I understood when I was in the moment. Number one, you are a member of a wider community. Do your part. Number two, do not blame your past experiences or your current situation. Do the best with the life you have. And number three, education is the greatest equalizer. Do what you can. As a young adult, and now as an adult, and I trust a lot wiser, I have always been different than most in my group, no matter what the occasion. My life experiences as a member of this human race have been rich and fulfilling. And what I learned is that there is no greater satisfaction than overcoming obstacles that have been created and not expecting anything from others. This is a part of life for every person. No one is spared obstacles. They arrive, and we must face them. So graduates, I leave you with these thoughts from my life lessons and as a merchant of hope. H, help others. Be kind and genuine in your actions. Make our social system a better place because you are part of it. O, opportunities. Take risks. Don't expect things to be handed to you, for you will be highly disappointed. You can't fail if you never try. Persevere. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Obstacles, when overcome, make you a stronger person. And E, embrace hope. Embrace your diversity. Value who you are. You are unique. You are meant to be you. Carry this hope to your future with you every day. Families, parents, and guardians, thank you for choosing Preble High School and entrusting us to be the adults to guide and help shape your child. They are part of a strong legacy of excellence at the home of the Hornets. Staff, no matter what the title or role, we applaud you for your passion, dedication, and unwavering commitment to our students in school. Thank you to our amazing staff for tremendous turnout and for helping to ensure a successful graduation celebration. Congratulations to the class of 2018 on your graduation. Superintendent Dr. Michelle Langenfeld and the Green Bay Area Public School Board members Dr. Brenda Warren and Dr. Christopher Wagner, as principal at Preble High School, I am honored to recommend to you for graduation the Preble High School class of 2018. These students have met the graduation requirements as set forth by the Green Bay Area Public Schools and the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction.
Well, good evening. On behalf of the Board of Education and the administration, I want to extend a welcome to all of our guests this evening as we celebrate. What an extraordinary evening and what an extraordinary class, the class of 2018. We thank you for your presence here and for your continued support of these wonderful students that sit before me in support of their education throughout. The mission of our district is to ensure that every child is college, career, and community ready, inspired to succeed in this richly diverse world. And what that means to us, what that really means, is that we work collectively with you to ensure that the students have what they need when they leave us, so they can find success, whether they choose a 2-year or a 4-year college, or a career, or directly into the military as well. While the world is ever changing and it continues to move very rapidly, one thing is for certain. A student's success is predicated on the support of the adults that serve them and support them along the way. As a superintendent, I am very blessed each day to have the responsibility for the learning of 21,000 students, but I couldn't do this alone. So I want to give a note of gratitude to our extraordinary staff at Preble High School, to our administrators, and to you, all of our parents and guests who have supported these young men and women along the way. Students, if you would join me in gratitude and give them all a round of applause. So as I was thinking about the graduating class of 2018, it dawned on me. This is the first class that has lived primarily their entire lives in the 2000s, the 21st century, almost their entire lives. So then I was thinking about how the year 2000 started. And parents and guests, many of you probably recall New Year's Eve 1999. It was a big night. There was something called Y2K, and it had us all very concerned because we were worried that if the computers didn't move from 99 to 2000, everything would stop. The world would stop. So what did people do? Well, some people went out and they bought generators because the electrical grid would stop. Others went and stockpiled tremendous amounts of food, and still others filled their bathtubs with water. That one always confounded me just slightly. But people were worried. So what did I do? I did what a lot of other folks did. I trusted that technology would take care of itself and the smart people would have it. And I went to bed and got up, and the world was good. And 2000 came, and here you are, and here we are 18 years later. But the world is very complex, and it continues to change, and there have been extraordinary advancements in the last 18 years. Technology has really been one of the biggest advancements of all. It helped us define how we see our day, how we tell time, how we converse with one another, how we entertain ourselves, and how we learn, and how we really see the world we see with it and through it. Before 2000, in the year 2000, and for you students, there were no iPods, there were no smartphones or Facebook or Snapchat or MySpace. We had floppy disks and not flash drives. We didn't have YouTube, and we certainly didn't have Google and Netflix and Hulu, and we didn't communicate through blogs and testing and Twitter and tweets and retweets. The world is rapidly changing. And through this rapidly change, there were other significant events that happened in the year 2000 and beyond in these last 18 years that have helped shape how we think and how we move through our day-to-day lives. In 2001, we had the 9/11 terrorist attacks in the World Trade Center. We had the Iraq War that continues and the Hurricane Katrina, the Boston Marathon bombing, the BP oil spill, the 2008 recession. A lot of very, very difficult and tragic events that have pulled humanity together in ways that one could have never guessed could happen. And I would offer this to all of us, the adults in the room. I believe this graduating class is well prepared, though, to deal with whatever comes their way in a very global and complex changing world. They have been challenged to critically think, to work as a team, to give back to their communities. Many of the graduates that we celebrate tonight have industry certifications and can go directly into the workforce. Some graduates are entering the military, and we met them this evening. Many, many hundreds have taken advantage of the more than 100 ways that we offer our students to earn college credit. And in addition to this, I would offer to all of us, across the Green Bay area public schools, our graduating seniors this year were awarded upward of $4 million in scholarships. And I think that's something to be very proud of. So graduates, I have 3 pieces of advice to you. The world will continue to change. The world will continue to be complex. But there are 3 things that will anchor you no matter where you are throughout your life. The first is to build and continue to nurture relationships. At the end of the day, people typically wish they had spent more time with those they love than with things that maybe didn't make quite the same difference, and they focused on other things. So spend more time with those you love. And while our communication mode has changed dramatically due to the technological advancements, I would offer this to you as well. Never lose sight of the fact that it's important to be face-to-face with one another and be present for one another. Relationships matter, and they'll keep you anchored no matter what the world is doing around you. Second, stay true to your values. When you make choices in the world, in the words of iconic Mr. Rogers, he said, "You rarely have time for everything you want in life, so you need to make choices, and hopefully your choices can come from a very deep sense of who you are." In a rapidly changing world, it is very important to know who you are and what's important to you, and then when those pressures come your way, you'll be ready to make the important, thoughtful choices that will serve you well. And third, never, ever forget where you came from. You will always be a Preble Hornet. You'll always be welcome here. But our roots really define who we are and the lens that we look through, no matter how old we are or where we go in life. Looking back, I don't forget the fact that I came from humble and simple beginnings, and I was really fortunate, along with my siblings, to be instilled with values of hard work each day, the importance of giving back, and always leaving life and the world just a little bit better than when you showed up. And while my parents never had the opportunity to go on to college or post-secondary, they had a strong belief in education. And we always were told how fortunate and blessed we were to have a good education. So as the world rapidly changes again around, it's important to always look back because it will guide you as you make those important steps forward in your life. So in closing, graduates of 2018, as you embrace this rapidly changing world, my hope and my wish for you is that you always, always recognize the importance of treating people with kindness and respect, nurturing those important relationships that will support you throughout your life. My hope and my wish for all of you is that you always be your authentic self, staying true to your values, making life choices that align with who you are. And finally, never, ever forget where you came from. When you do this, in doing so, I can assure you that you'll not only be able to adapt to a complex and rapidly changing world, but you will be able to achieve the dreams you hold in your heart today, and you will bring to the world your very best self. Congratulations, class of 2018. And now, Principal Rowell, it is my honor and my privilege to accept the graduating class from Preble High School, recognizing that they have fulfilled all the requirements for the Green Bay Area Public Schools Board of Education and the great state of Wisconsin. Congratulations, class of 2018.
So before we start presenting diplomas, I would ask that you please keep Bailey Jolly, one of our senior students, and her family in your thoughts and prayers. Bailey is not able to be with us tonight because she was involved in a car accident. So please keep the family in your thoughts. At this time, graduates, we are ready to present your diploma.
John Thomas Grossardt. Anthony Balch. Nicholas Joseph Lawler. Ever Aroka. Margaret Elizabeth Grorin. Calvin Jacob Chapinski. Chloe Elizabeth Eggers. Megan Mary Flood. Chase Andrew Heason. Deontay Taiwan Jones. Pascal Mayanji King. Abigail Lee Landrum. Evan Michael Metcalf. Erica Lynn Nowak. Evelyn Teddy Parma. Amy Marie Schweiner. Morgan Claudia Shevchek. McKenna Marie Tolfa. Ashley Morgan Wilkie. Dia Yang. Abdulaziz Bashir Abdi. Layla Hussein Abdi. Rukia Amir Abdi. Sanab Hussein Abdi. Rachel Kathleen Adams. Rachel Paige Adams. Zachary Paul Adrians. Carolina Agredano Delgado. Giselle Aguilar. Mohammed Abdirazak Ahmed. Luis Javier Alaves Ramirez. Gabriela Almanza Arroyo. Luis Eduardo Alvarez. Saul Garcia Alvarez. Josliam Alvarez Carrasquillo. Carly Ann Anderson. Dean Anthony Arkand. Timothy Michael Van Lannen. Daniel James Arellano. Sydney Elise Armijo. Maria Jose Arroyo Lanuza. Aaron Arvizo Centeno. Madeline Jane Austin. David Aon. Anthony Thomas Azure. Jake Benjamin Balza. Brittany Elizabeth Bonnick. Deanna Barajas. Caden Bruce Barr. Hannah Marie Bastion. Dawson Joseph Bodwin. Kane P. Baxter. Jacob Brian Bouchain. Natasha Ethelyn Bebo. Justice A. Belmore. Taylor Perez. Matthew James Salzer. Reagan Kane Berg. Aaron Eric Berteau. Abby Marie Besson. Rhiannon Taylor Bisbee. Emily Jane Bledsoe. Max Joseph Bobbles. Brianna Allison Bortz. Tanner Joseph Busher. John Lewis Brazel. Adrian Gomez Bravo. Claire C. Breeze. Christopher Evan Brilliant. Zachary Dylan Bruce. Kyra Winters Bronander. Caitlin Marie Brozig. Elliot Scott Brzezinski. Tyler Craig Bubnick. Gavin Berge. Killian Bernier. Randall Todd Tompkins. Noah Bradley Bush. Taylor Marie Bush Dalton. Jessica Ann Bushmaker. Benjamin Marcus Butzine. Lisbeth Cabrera Linares. Adam Barry Cadju. Marimar Candelaria Otero. Christian Juvenal Cantu. Mackenzie Lynn Carr. Ashley Barrett Carvajal Rodas. Matthew Aaron Carwardin. Christiana Faith Casborn. Lizeth Castillo. Burkle Kevin Thompson. Jacob Eduardo Savalas Vinches. Katie Chang. Sierra Ray Chervenka. Madeline Brooke Claflin. Kobe Sean Martin. Casey Nicole Claiborne. Noah James Cody. Mackenzie Thomas Collins. Tanner Connard. Cassie Cook. Shadeja Shanae Cooper. Carlos Alberto Correa Hernandez. Aaron Joseph Corsten. Andrew Ronald Corsten. Celia Stephanie Cortez. Miguel Angel Cortez. Samantha Cortez. Solomon Derek Costa. Shayna Lee Craybaum. Maria Fernanda Cruz. Jerson Cruz Pimentel. Edwin Cruz Ramos. Diana Cruz Santiago. Emily Page Cummins. Justin P. Godfrey. Corey Scott Cunningham. Carly Jean Curtis. Nicholas Christian Dalkey. Luke William Davies. Raul de la Cruz Gomez. Alexander Scott DeBlay. Jordan Taylor Diedrich. Sierra Lynn DeGroot Hendricks. Lily Rose Desjardins. Eric Ignacio de Jesus Martinez. Maria Inez de Jesus Martinez. Austin Lay de Kaiser.
Meredith May Delane. Adrian Delgado. Salma Delgado. McClay Ann Margaret Demini. Paul Douglas Demuth. Levi John Depry. Anissa Kristen Durbick. Bryce William Doreen. Brenda M. Diaz. Luis Alejandro Diaz. Ruby Florencia Diaz Gracida. Blagoy Teldorov Dimitrov. Zachary Lee Donald. Cassandra Hope Donlevy. Colin Daniel Doherty. Narisha L. Doyle. Brett Patrick Duchetto. Lily Ann Duquesne. Ethan Michael Ekman. Lucas John Elliott. Evangeline Josette Endres. Anna Jo Ergish. Carson Alexis Irvin. Naomi Esquivel. Vincente Estrada. Milton Anthony Estrada Aria. Jasmine Marie Exford. Tori Ann Fagg. Emily Anna Feast. Braden Michael Felt. Jordan Marie Fensky. Ariana Therese Florence. Raul Flores. Omar Flores Abea. Leah Nicole Foss. Cassandra May Foytik. Cameron Leah Franco. Ireland Marie Freilich. Isabel Jane Gannon. Alexandra Garcia. Brian Garcia. Luis Antonio Garcia. Beatriz Garcia Anguiano. Maria Garza. Jordan Michael Galkey. Yvette Andrea Gayton. Henry A. Guile. Megan Rose Gerard. Lillian Rose Gillis. Isaias Alexander Gomez. Sofia Guadalupe Gomez Martinez. Taylor Rose Gonzalez. Cullen Dane Gorski. Rebecca Lynn Gaska. Brahim Mahatma Gukuni. Deandea Denise Monique Grant. Cameron Alexander Green. Manuel Christopher Green Prokopovitz. Rhiannon Faith Grenier. Samuel Thomas Henry Ginther. Sebastian Gullion. Tara Emily Guns. Alicia Lynn Guerrero. Kelly Gutierrez. Jesus Guzman. Claire Frances Hafman. Rayvon Curtis Hall. Tramel Taiwan Harden. Crystal Marie Harris. Dante Thomas Hart. Nicholas James Heim. Logan Edward Heller. James Michael Hendricks. Lucas John Henjum. Chu Her. Michelle Chua Her. Daniel Alonzo Hernandez. Delmise Rosemary Hernandez Garcia. Elizabeth Hernandez Mendoza. Emma Grace Hilgendorf. Elena Hobbins. Evelyn Vanessa Hoagie. Natalie Ann Hoho. Cassidy Lorraine Holland. Sydney Samantha Holt. Jack Tyler Holt. Noah Thomas Huckins. Ariana R. Hughes. Madison Taylor Hunt. Lauren Elise Jaden. Cole Ryan Johnson. Jared Patrick Johnson. Preston Mark Terrence Johnson. Corey Anthony Jonay. Zachary Tyler Kakmarinsky. Brittany Kylie Karchinski. Corey James K. Anna Grace Kyler. Kelly Elaine Kessler. Nuamua Kioto. Nicole Marie Kiley. Alexis Ann King. Kennedy Claire Kingston. Hallie Jo Kirchner. Brianna Jo Kirsch. Alexis Sierra Knipp. Cameron Aletha Cook. Zachary Michael Komorowski. Benjamin Konmong Kong. Cody John Kraft. Nicholas Keeper. Carly Rose Kugel. Catherine Ann Kugel. David John Koost. Samuel Laxo. Dylan Russell Latea. Andrew Michael Lawlazern. Donovan David Lawlazern. Jordan David Lambert. Kenneth Lane. Marlene Lara Abundez. Cole Kurt Larson. Jackson David Larson.
Connor William Lassay. Chang Lee. Jessica Gia Lee. Bryce James Lejoy. Travis Mark Leiterman. Lauren Elizabeth LeMay. Jake Lewis Lemons. Hesley Janeth Lerma Fonseca. Cesar Ulysses Limon. Kiana Lizette Linares. Kira Marie Lindman. Grace Alexandra Lindsley. Mystery Marie Lanine Lipscomb Hatcher. Paige Marie Lohberger. Anna E. Lopez. Emily Gabriela Lopez. Ivan Lopez. Rolando Ramon Lopez. Cum Laude. Selena Lore. Jacob Alexander Loving. Carson Lee Lucas. Bryn Francis Luther. Jennifer Macias. Jose Manuel Macias Olave. Joel Adam Maldonado. Luis Maldonado. Megan Autumn Malkmus. Delia Manislovich. Savannah Rose Manislovich. Morgan Jacqueline Mann. Jesus Marcelo. Chloe Beth Marr. Adalia Lisa Marshall. Estella Martinez. Evan Antonio Martinez. Carla Michelle Martinez. Edwin Alfredo Martinez Rodriguez. Mauricio Anthony Matamoros. Marcus Matthew May. Keegan James McLean. Eric Tomas Medina. Marley Jean Meister. Mitzi Mejia Jimenez. Giselle Mendez. Tania Mendoza. Riley Marie Mene. Savannah Joe Merrill. Chamonix Francis Michaud. LaShawn Michael Miller Shields. Charisma Lynn Mezovic. Kristen Margaret Moling. Estefania Morales Ayala. Shannon Joan Mortz. Alex Tyson Moa. Kaiwa Moa. Nima Ali Mohammed. Catherine Marie Murphy. Brittany Joy Nass. Brandon Carl Nuremberg. Lucas Evan Newman. Anthony No Wen. Cassandra Ray Nguyen. Rosalind C. Nunez. Chloe Nancy Ann Nutter. Wendy Ochoa. Jaron Patrick O'Donohue. Dempsey Evan Olson. Gabrielle Lee Rose Parkis. Noah Michael Orfield. Carlos Ornelas. Javier Eduardo Ortiz. Gudon Mohammed Osman. Julian Enrique Osorio. Alexis Ann Otradovec. Garrett Ryan Oyster. Christian J. Poppy. Andrea Palacios. Angel Shoshana Parker. Adrian Lee Parks. Dylan John Parma. Carissa Jean Paul. Alexander Pavone Candelario. Carlos Samir Peña. Michael Perez Rodriguez. David George Parrott. Caitlin Ruth Parrott. Emily Sarocha Peterson. Kyle Lawrence Phillips. Vanessa Rose Pichette. Daniela Ponce. Francisco Alexander Ponce Cuevas. Tyler James Pop. Ryan Joseph Posley. Daniel Brian Powers. Allison Prosser. Ryan Andrew Pyatt. Johanna Areli Quezada. Cassandra Lynn Regis. Nathaniel Allen Ramlow. Adriana S. Ramirez. Joanna M. Ramirez. Olivia Caitlin Rapp. Caesar Daniel Razo Zamora. Angie Pamela Racinos Rivas. Ryan Randall Reeves. Andrew John Rayberg. Hans Christopher Rettmeyer. Carly Marie Renard. Yeah. Zachary Daniel Renier. Haley Jane Rettmeister. Jack Jeffrey Rentmeister. Rachel Catherine Revelinsky. Martin Alberto Reyes. Esteban Reina. Casey Lynn Reichert. Kiara Rain Richmond. Eduardo Rios Jr. Guiomar Sebastian Rivera Mercado. Iselica Magali Rodriguez. Jacob Christian Rodriguez. Jesse Rodriguez. Jesus Rene Rodriguez. Samantha Rodriguez. Casey Gordon Razor.
Madeline Michelle Romero Mejia. Diana Romero Torres. Juan Carlos Romero Ahumada. Garrett Jean Romy. Alyssa Maya Ronk. Jasper Daniel Roseno. Hunter Ryan Rosine. Megan Marie Rotter. Luis Angel Rubio. Julianis Marie Sanabria. Ana Cecilia Sanchez. Giselle Beatrix Sanchez. Iridiane Sanchez. Uriel Sanchez Puente. Nija Chanel Sanders. Brady Duran Sandoval. Cheyenne Noel Santos. Ronaldo Santos Perez. Brandon Tyler Schetz. Brendan Michael Shower. Taylor Brett Schmeling. Taylor Lynn Schmidt. Kyle Eric Smitke. Kara Lee Schneeberger. Corinne Beth Schulke. Cal Thomas Sobronic. Leighton David Serrano. Soldano Mohammed Shikau. Gloria Isabel Siqueiros Gonzalez. Salvador Sierra. Brian Segala. Grace Marie Sinclair. Bennett Lee Sinclair. Sierra Olivia Slaughter. April Bree Smith. Hunter David Smith. Sarah Dean Smith. Rogelio A. Solano. Alexia Teal Splitgerber. Mariah Mary Stahl. Kaylin Donnell Starnes. Fisher Andrew Stathis. Paul Stefuk. Wyatt Thomas Stenson. Brody Allen Stitz. Bryce Dwayne Sunken. Mackenzie Rose Swanson. Madison Rose Swanson. Matthew Paul Swanson. Leonard Thomas Taft. Jackson Eugene Tatro. DeAndre LaShawn Taylor. Joshua James Terrian. Jonathan Mijmamzu Tao. Melissa Maishua Tao. Alan Lee Thomas. Dylan Jacob Tilot. Carlos Alexis Tinoco Mendoza. Matthew Ryan Troxel. Jalen Lindell Turner. Maya Ray Turner. Stephanie Valdez. Carter Ray Valley. Alex James Van Boxel. Ashton Van Kempenhout. Lauren Moynihan Vance. Alyssa Lee Vandenhoevel. Danielle Marie Vandenhoevel. Chloe Marie Vandenhouten. Madison Keelan Vandevelde. Andrew Alucard Vang. Kevin Vang. Kevin Jur Vang. Kixie Panji Vang. Pa Dao Vang. Sabrina Vang. Sean Fuchi Vang. Unique X Vang. Tristan Daniel Van Straten. Celia Varela. Joel Joseph Vargas. Edith Vasquez. Beatrix Vera Zamora. Amelia Vera Villalpando. Nicholas Lawrence Verheiden. Amando Vincente Rodriguez. Andres Villalpando Vera. Angel Villalmore. Arsenio Villamore. Chandler Galen Vincent. Megan Kaylee Volker. Haley Nicole Walker. Kendra Caitlin Walker. Camden James Wall. Ethan David Walton Taylor. Quinn Anthony Watermolen. Marie Joanna Watson. Quinton James Wabino. Monique Marie Webster. Michaela Ray Weddle. Kayla Wells. Brett James Westland. Charles David Westland. Jose Florentino Whiting. Brooke Aaron Wiegert. Samantha Ann Wielgus. Dylan Keith Wilbur. Quinn Gerald Williquette. Kyanna Wilson. Morgan K. Colleen Wilson. Braden A. Wolcott. Carly Ray Wyckoff. Samantha Rain Winos. B. Zhang. Mai Ku Zhang. Pao Zhe Zhang. Judy Yang. Pangku Pantip Yang. Precious Yang. Sani Yang. Wintergrace Yang. Alexis Jade Yantis. Taylor Zager Winnikins. Faith Renee Zellick. Kamara Lynn Zizi. Mariah Gladys Zimmer. Sierra Amber Zinzer.
Wow, that was pretty awesome. So just to show you how much energy we have in the room, our seniors have one parting gift for us, and they're going to try to raise the roof of this Rush Center. So seniors, here we go. You ready? Seniors, what's your number? All right, nice job. Graduates, please stand. Families and friends, on behalf of the staff and the administration at Preble High School, I present to you the graduates of the class of 2018. Graduates, please move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations to the class of 2018.